My name is Lucas Campbell. Together with my friend Mia Miller, we discovered the truth. Monsters are real. Now, we're going on the search for them. Okay, I have some good news.
This entire past month has just been a long, bad dream?
Don't even pretend this hasn't been the most exciting month of your life. Actually, I've just read some reports on a recent cryptid sighting.
Lucky coincidence.
Not quite. Actually, I learned how to set up Google alerts for anything that might be a possible cryptid sighting.
Smart thinking. Go where there's been recent activity. It beats randomly driving across the country and just hoping we get lucky. So, where would these sightings be taking us to next?
Elkhorn, Wisconsin. It's kinda near Milwaukee.
And what would we be investigating?
The Beast of Bray Road.
Which is a...
werewolf!
Very funny. I'll start looking at directions. You can get reservations set up.
Sir, yes, sir.
So really, what's the deal with this beast?
I told you, it's a werewolf.
God damn it. A werewolf? A f***ing werewolf?
Well, okay, so there aren't any reports of it turning back into a person or anything, but yeah, big anthropomorphic wolf-looking thing.
Yeah, obviously people don't turn into wolves.
Just humor me.
Okay, fine. Let's hear the details.
Alright, well, there have been 4 primary sightings of the Beast of Bray Road.
What a mouthful. How about we just call it the Beast for now?
Or just werewolf. Sorry, I'm kidding. Beast is fine. So, the first reported sighting of the Beast comes from 1936. One Mark Shackleman was driving around one night and apparently happened upon this thing digging around in an old Native American burial ground.
Burial ground? That's not creepy or anything.
He claimed it was bipedal, over 6 feet tall, and described it as a mix of dog and ape. And this guy actually goes back again the next night to try and see it again, which he does. This time, he said it talked.
What? No. I draw the line at talking animals. No.
Well, it's described as like this low, guttural, growling talk, and it's not like it spoke English either. He said it was just some gibberish word.
I'm thinking this guy heard what he wanted to hear.
Yeah, I'm definitely inclined to agree with you there. That's also the only time anyone ever mentions it talking, so I think it made some weird sounds and this guy interpreted it as a word. Anyway, the next sighting was in 1964. This one claims it was even bigger, 7 to 8 feet tall. Not much else to tell, this guy just saw it crossing the road ahead of him one night. Another report in 1972 came from a woman who called the police. Apparently, the beast was trying to break into her house. Once again, it was described as an 8-foot-tall, hairy biped with claws. I guess it even attacked one of her horses, too.
Aw, I don't like this. Poor horse.
Finally, the most famous sighting happened in 1999, on Halloween.
Oh, come on. Halloween?
I know. But cryptids are just animals. If you could run into one on any other day of the year, you could run into one on Halloween. And more people are out and about on a night like Halloween.
I guess. Continue.
So, an 18-year-old named Doristine Gibson...
Doristine?
Yeah. Poor girl. Anyway, she was driving around at night, of course, on Bray Road, actually.
Hence the name.
Exactly. So she's driving, and she takes her eyes off the road for a second to fiddle with the radio. All of a sudden, she feels a bump, like she hit something with her car. So she stops to go check out what happened, and suddenly this giant hairy thing is racing towards her from out of the woods. So she hauls ass, gets back in her car to drive away, and the thing jumps onto the back of her car. I guess it must have been raining because it says here that the car was too slippery to hold on to, and the creature fell off. She decided to go back later that night with a girl she had taken trick-or-treating.
What? What a terrible chaperone.
Seriously, the worst. Anyway, they do see something lying on the side of the road, but it starts moving, so she locks the doors and drives away. Now, after this report hit the news, a lot of other people started coming forward and claiming that they had seen the beast before too. Granted, some of these could just be people hopping on the bandwagon, but it still seems like a solid amount of sightings.
And wasn't there a recent sighting too? Isn't that why we're going to Wisconsin now?
Oh, right, yes. Brandy Medina. She called the police about a week ago after seeing a creature on the side of the road. It followed after her car for a few minutes. Now, I did try contacting the family. She doesn't want to talk to anyone, but her brother agreed to speak with us.
Ooh, our first interview.
And so, we headed for Elkhorn. Ooh, now entering Wisconsin. You know I have to get some cheese while we're here, right?
You think just because we're in Wisconsin now, you can get cheese anywhere?
Well, maybe not everywhere, but certainly somewhere along the way. We finally reached Elkhorn. It was still bright out, and we weren't scheduled to talk with Brandy's brother for a few hours, so we decided to just walk around the town to kill some time.
I'll tell you one thing, this beast definitely isn't a werewolf.
I know. Werewolves don't exist.
You said she saw it a week ago?
Yeah.
There you go. New moon. No full moon, no werewolf.
It was finally time to meet with Brandy's brother, Adam.
Hi. Adam?
Yes, you must be Mia. And Lucas?
Yes, thank you so much for agreeing to talk with us.
No problem.
So, should we get started?
Sure.
So, what did your sister tell you about what she saw?
Well, she was driving along Route 12 when she saw this monster. She said it was tall and wide, really muscular. It was covered in fur and had long, thin fingers. She didn't get a good look at its face, but she said its eyes glowed, or not glowed, but reflected off her headlights. She could make out the ears on its head, like wolf ears.
And it chased her car?
Yeah, it came out of this field and I guess she slowed down in case it was an animal crossing the street or whatever. That's when it started chasing her. She was so scared she ended up calling the police, which is how the story got out.
I see. Are there any other details she mentioned that you can remember?
Not really. She only told me about it once, right when it first happened. Now she just says that her eyes were playing tricks on her, and that she must have been mistaken. Sorry, I know it'd be a lot more useful if you could talk to Brandy herself, but seeing this thing freaked her out. Real bad. She just wants to forget about it.
I can't blame her. Well, thank you so much for sitting down to talk, and wish your sister the best from both of us.
Of course, thank you.
After talking with Adam, we headed back to our motel room for the night to plan our next course of action. So, thoughts?
Thoughts? I want to get out of here.
What?
I don't want to get mauled. This thing chases people. It killed a horse.
Wounded a horse.
Still, this thing is dangerous.
Come on. We'll be careful.
Lucas, I'm serious. We've been okay so far, but these are wild animals. Would you just go off into the woods looking for bears or a mountain lion?
How about we pick up some pepper spray? That should be good, right?
It's a start.
The next morning, we got some supplies at the store, including the strongest pepper spray we could find. Then we headed out for the field where Brandy had seen the beast.
All right, this is promising.
Are those...
Tracks. Yes.
We finally get to cast our first footprints. I feel like a real researcher now.
Totally. I hereby dub thee an official researcher.
Aw, thanks. You shouldn't have.
Okay, I take it back.
Damn. Well, let's get to mixing some plaster. These prints sure do look like a dog. Or a wolf. A big wolf.
A very big wolf. Look at how deep the prints are. This thing is heavy.
And it looks like a two-legged gait, I think. Right?
It does.
So, this needs some time to dry. Should we follow the tracks? See how far they lead?
I'm not an expert tracker or anything, but we can try.
We followed the tracks for as long as we could, and they led us to a nearby stretch of trees. So what now? Another food trap?
We would have to know what it eats.
I think meat would be a pretty safe bet.
Yeah, I know.
Think we can buy live chickens anywhere?
No.
Jeez, I'm kidding. Mostly. We'll get a few pounds of meat from a deli. I just hope it's not like the goat in Jurassic Park.
What?
The beast doesn't want to be fed. He wants to hunt. And with that, we headed for the nearest grocery store and bought 5 pounds of various meats. Once the sun began to set, we headed back for the area where the footprints ended. Maybe after this we should just drive around for a while. Feels like every sighting comes from someone just driving along at night.
I guess. Not for too long, though. I'd like to come back in morning around dawn.
Never mind.
What?
Don't need to.
Why not?
Well, don't panic. But it's right there. About 100 yards away, through a clearing in the trees, there was a dark figure. Tall. Wider than a man should be.
Don't move.
Wasn't planning on it. Do you think it knows we're here?
Well, canines have an amazing sense of smell, and we're carrying 5 pounds of raw meat. We're gonna be hard to miss. Just follow me slowly back to the car. It sees us! Run!
Oh my god, you were right. This was a terrible idea. Mia, wait! Stop! It's not chasing us anymore. That was... I think someone shot it. There. On the ground, see?
Was that raw meat I saw you two carrying around?
Oh, jeez.
You shot it.
Damn right I shot it. It'll make one hell of a trophy, don't you think? I don't know what you kids think you're doing out here, but you two are in way over your heads. Get out of here.
Yes, sir. We ran back to our car, past the wheezing body of a limp, dying something, and drove straight back to the motel room. I'm sorry. You were right. You were right.
We could have been killed. We need to be better prepared.
We need to be better equipped. Get a rifle like that guy and...
And what? Just go around killing some of the rarest creatures in the world?
If it's us or them...
We won't let it come to that. They're not evil, they're just animals. We'll get equipment, but we're also going to start doing this safer. Smarter.
Even if it's dangerous? Something like we saw tonight, that could get people killed.
Then we'll, I don't know, relocate them or something. I don't want anyone to die, but I don't want innocent creatures dying either.
What about that hunter? He saved our lives.
Yeah, because we were stupid, but I won't let that happen again.
You won't let people hunt?
Obviously, I can't stop people from hunting. I'm not gonna go get deer season banned, but if I can prevent animals from being killed needlessly, I'm sure as hell gonna try.
What would we even do against a guy with a gun? Ask very politely?
I don't know, but cryptids shouldn't be killed. I don't think any animals should be killed. That's why I'm a fucking vegetarian.
Hey, I'm sorry. I get it. If we ever come across another cryptid hunter, we'll, I don't know, follow them or something.
Thank you.
Don't mention it. Now then, I think we have a lot of shopping to do.
Field notes. Entry 3. The Beast of Bray Road. First of all, the notion of werewolves is ridiculous. Having said that, I will refer to this creature as a lycanthrope. The word does mean wolf person, after all, and that does describe it pretty well. It looked... Who am I kidding? It looks like a fucking werewolf. The creature was large. The footprint we made a cast of measured 10 inches front to back. That's more than twice the size of a normal wolf print. And it's hard to tell height from a distance, but the lycanthrope was at least 6.5 feet tall, covered in fur, wolf-like head and face. Have you ever seen a dog walking on its hind legs? It almost looked like that. Only the lycanthrope had far better balance, and its legs were fairly larger than its arms. The creature did appear to be bipedal, although when it charged us, it alternated between running on 2 legs and 4. Frankly, I don't know what to make of it. The only reasonable explanation I can think of is that it shared a common ancestor with wolves, but broke off at some point and evolved into a bipedal form. Actually, the Loveland frogs were bipedal too. Maybe there's something about cryptids that makes them evolve in weird ways? I don't know. I'm starting to feel like this is all too big for me. End field notes.
The Cryptid Cases has been a production of Little Giant Monsters.
If you enjoyed the show, please consider leaving a review on iTunes.
If you'd like to follow us on social media, search for Little Giant Monsters on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Or visit littlegiantmonsters.com.
Visit our website or Facebook to see Mia's sketches the Monday after each new episode. If you have questions or comments, email littlegiantmonsters@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and see you again soon.